I do not really care for um okay. If you are trans or gender fluid, don't give a shit. It means nothing to me. I mean, it makes it's not what I really use to base my opinions on someone. It isn't. And if someone comes out as gender fluid or trans or anything, I'm not. The one thing I'm not gonna fucking do is use it to attack someone. No, that's just a fucking dicky move, straight up. And if you do it, you're a cunt. Plain and fucking simple. Now, the reason this video is being made is because uh, someone did exactly what I just described. Someone used someone being gender fluid and was being a fucking cunt. Let's get into this. So the story involves this person, Lilia Dusk, who is gender fluid, which I'm gonna get further into my own thoughts on this in a second. But as you can see, it is being talked about by Azura, who I should also point out is a 19-year-old boy role playing as a girl. So immediately his thoughts kind of don't mean shit in a way. But this is, and as you can easily tell that this person is in English. English isn't their first language. I don't know what language that is. Someone tell me, because from the looks of it, I'm thinking Spanish or Mexican or something. It's not me trying to be racist. It's just what it looks like. I don't know. But anyway, they go, what the fuck is the world? Like, I just know that this man is a gender fluid. Like, what the fuck is that? Why the fuck something it's okay to be something this stupid? Who the fuck is idiot enough to feel like this? I was okay with trans people, but now it's going too far. Uh, right. Um, uh, he continued, by the way, because it's a thread. And he goes on saying, why new generation think it's okay to be something like this, and he goes through all this. Even goes, why is there such thing as identify as black, boy, girl, white, big, small? Like what the fuck? Why the fuck some people think it okay? Trans was already wow for the world, and now this. Let me just get my own personal thoughts and opinions on that. I don't fucking get gender fluid. I'll be the first to admit that I don't overly get it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. You can feel like a boy one day, a girl the next, and then the next day you could just be all the genders, and then the next day you're fucking none of them. What? It's just, I can sort of get the confusion and how it doesn't really make a lick of sense. I think even if you do explain it to me, I'm probably still gonna be confused about it. I'm still gonna think it's weird. That's the same fucking issue with pronouns. Like, how the hell can you identify as they them? Like, how can that happen? But like that's just me. Okay, like I'll 100% admit I don't overly get it. I find that a bit confusing. And when it comes to all like the 100 new fucking genders that are coming out, I'll admit like that's ridiculous. Cut it out. Just stop. It's fucking annoying and just idiotic because they're all. You got people coming out as fucking cow gender and shit. No, stop it. What next? Fridge gender? Someone identifies as a fucking fridge? That'd be brilliant, isn't it? You just go into the bank and it's like, hello, I'm Steve from accounting. I identify as a oven. Yeah, this is my fist. It identifies as your pain. You're just spouting bollocks. it, it. We have enough fucking genders. Just, I can agree with him to the. I can agree with him to the point with just the three genders: male, female, trans. Gender fluid, it's confusing as fuck to me, but like I'm like, here's the thing, even though yes, I find it all confusing as hell, and with all the new fucking genders that are coming out, I just think that's ridiculous. The one thing I'm not gonna do is use it to attack people. I'll publicly admit that I find it confusing and how I think it's kind of stupid with all the new things coming out. But I'm not gonna attack someone because of it. That's not what I'm gonna use to base my thoughts and opinions on a person. I'm gonna use it. What I am gonna use is who they are as a person. If they are a decent human being, well, identify as this, that's what we're gonna be fine. However, if they identify that and are act like a total jackass, then I'm gonna straight up call you a cunt because you're being a fucking asshole, which is effectively what Azura is doing. Like again, I get why he's having a complain, but the way he's done it was fucking stupid, and it's pretty much why he's getting fucking backlash. Because this is someone from this was Raven Moaningstar. Raven's gonna say this, if you don't agree, fine, go ahead and move on, but don't go bashing, slandering, calling them out like this. How about you go about getting to know them, so what if they're transgender fluid, go about their personality, because I can tell you that Lilia is super sweet, kind, amazing person. If you're just going to be a little ignorant brat talking out of your ass, then you better off being blocked by her. And I agree. Like as I was just saying, while I do think the new genders and all that shit, well, all the new genders that are coming out are fucking stupid, and I don't get pronouns, I don't really understand gender fluid. I'm not going to use it to base my thoughts and opinions. I'm going to base it on who they are as a person, their personality, the way they act, if they are a decent and good person, and not a jackass, because that's what I care about. Not whether they're trans or gender fluid or they identify as a fucking keyboard. That's superficial. It's who they are as a person. That's what matters to me. So Raven is 100% on it. And then Azura goes, okay, good to know, but I don't care. I say things that doesn't make any fucking sense, and y'all are gonna tell me it makes sense to be someone who is a guy one day, then a girl another day, and nothing the last day. Fucking how this generation fucking suck. The funny part here is that I just said. The funny part here is that I just said to her that that doesn't make any sense to put these type of genders, and then he'd send, and then he sended me, and then he sent it. First off, send it isn't a word. So, despite the fact your English sucks, sended isn't a word. That sounds like something fucking Einars would say. And then he sended me a message that says something I never said, and I'm in the wrong here. What a fucking joke. Well, that depends on what it was you really said, doesn't it? I mean, it really does. I mean, again, uh, like Raven said, you're allowed to have, and like other people who commented on your thread said, you can have your own opinions. It's perfectly fine, but you don't use it to attack and slander someone. So even though you're probably saying to Lilia in private DMs that you don't get it and that it doesn't make any sense to you, it all depends on how you worded it. Did you word it decently? Or did you word it like a jackass? And basing off this, I'm guessing the latter. And even Raven goes on to say, what put you in the wrong is fucking posting this like I said. Don't like or agree, fine. There's no need to go out posting this. You want to talk about this topic, sure, go ahead, but don't go calling out the person because they didn't like what you said and blocked you. Going around feeling insulted like a brat, get out of here. Again, bang on. Because just because you don't understand it, and they then block you because of probably how you worded what it was you said, 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 8. And then Azura goes and makes whatever the fuck this is. Um, you read it yourself, because this is something I need to point out. Okay, this is something that has been confirmed by Midori, which I'll be getting to later on. But this is something Azura does. Okay, so focus on the two center ones. What about the guy who wants to commit suicide every fucking day because he sees shit everywhere he goes? Just read them yourself, because, I mean, bro, you're fucking 19. Yes, the world's fucked. We all know it. We're fully aware of how fucked the world is. So it doesn't give you the right to be a dick. But here's the other thing, like, you can see that he's... With these two center lines here, it's like he's victim blaming. It's like he's trying to play the fucking victim here. You're not the victim, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way. But you're not the victim. Also, I should point out, you're fucking 19 years old. Also, I'm gonna point something out, okay? When it comes to thoughts of suicide. I've had them since I was fucking 12. I've had thoughts of killing myself since then. And when I was 12, didn't know why I wanted to kill myself. I just did. During my time in high school, I would just I would just wake up occasionally depressed as fuck. And then when I was 16, 17, the it got worse. I was depressed almost every fucking day. I was always down. As the years went on, shit got worse for me. Hell, I literally nearly fucking killed myself at your age. I literally attempted it. And I'm somehow still fucking here. Even on my channel, I have made these 3 fucking videos bringing up the fact I think of killing myself. I bring up how shit and fucked my mental state is. It's just insane. Really? I mean, I could have written a script for this, but I could not be fucked. I felt like doing, this, role. Like I have the last 2 videos. I can see why I write a script now. Oh, I think it's been just because of this one. It's just so fucking insane. Even Wesley's like, please no more. I understand that everything has bad views, but please no more of this. I'm getting heartbroken seeing it all. Please, I don't like seeing friends fight like this. It hurts me to watch. Can we all have our own opinions without others attacking each other? I wish, Wesley. Unfortunately, to slightly defend Azura at this point, the current generation doesn't think that. You have to either think the same, or you are a bigot. And then I say, fuck off. Also, remember when I mentioned about how Azura is a dude? Yeah, the whole Reaper, yeah, Kimmery goes, man is complaining about trans, but has a female PFP as a guy. Which, yeah, it's, I want to say a bit of an oxymoron. I could be wrong. But then Azura goes, not complaining about trans first, which I will admit is true, he's not. Thanks to read before sending things I don't say, and second, everyone who you know as a VTuber and who are LewTuber are boys, so why talk? Um, well, one, that's not entirely true. I mean, You've got Anya. You've got Kai. You've got G- uh, Gia, I think is her name. Is the puppy girlfriend. That's just three off the top of my head. There are probably others who are legitimately female. So the fuck are you on, mate? This is something I agree with from Seth, which is also what I mentioned earlier. The thing is, for me, I don't judge others who either gender fluid, bisexual, or whatever they are. I just accept them and just let them be who they are. I ain't got no problems about it. Heck, even for me, I'm mostly just being supportive. Agreed. And then Azura goes on talking about polyamorous relationships for some fucking reason. I mean, okay. I guess he's trying to make a point. And he also goes on to say that he's fine with people being bi, trans, gay, but he draws the line at gender fluid. Or someone who identifies as someone else. You mean like Ollie London back when he was identifying as fucking Jimin or Rose? Yeah, we're not forgetting that, mate. But like, as I've mentioned, I don't get gender fluid all that much myself either. I don't give a shit though. You're gender fluid, okay? I don't get it, but so what? How does it affect me? Why is that overly important to how I think of you? Mm, it isn't. And then Sithgrim comes in and goes, Yet you are a guy who RPs a girl online. Seems like you're just insecure because you basically do the exact same thing. Which is true. And I mentioned that as well, that Azura is a 19-year-old guy role playing as a chick, a dragon girl. So it's like, you're not exactly in room to talk. And then Seth goes that he's gonna have to agree. Well, yeah, I was gonna say here. Sorry if I'm wrong, but Seth goes that they're gonna have to agree with Sith, and this whole situation's made Seth rethink his friendship or whatever it was that was between them and Azura. Lobby even says that you can have your own opinion, but you don't need to make tweets about someone else and hate on them just because of it. Which is true because it's unacceptable and it's hateful. Okay, so it's normal to be a guy one day, then a girl another day, and another day nothing. I wouldn't only say it's normal, and I am not 100% positive that's actually how gender fluid works. I don't overly think it's normal how you can be one and then another one another day. I don't think that's. No, I think if anything, if no one knew that this was gender fluid, we'd be thinking they're having an identity crisis. But at the end of the day, who the fuck cares? Like, it's not affecting you at all. It doesn't personally affect you, so why all this crap? And why the fuck do I have to be born in one of the worst generation ever? You weren't. You've just grown up and witnessed it come to fruition. As like Lobby's being pretty civil here. Like your opinion's fine, but why do you need to hate on them? They did nothing to you, and there was no need to direct hate at them. Express your opinion all you want, but the hate toward a specific person is unjustified. 100%. They're 100% right. It's unjustified. It's unwarranted. legitimately, it just makes you look like a total douchebag. Okay, so saying one things to me, like I said that while I didn't said that, is a part we're going to pass like every fucking time.
I'll have to buy a Mongoloid to English dictionary before I can respond to that one.
That, I mean, all the words there are English. Fucking sentence isn't. Jesus Christ. Also, if you're wondering why I'm talking low, it's because it's late and my parents are in bed. I should have brought that up rather than not, actually. Now, I'm going to bring up this tweet from Midori and Rini. I think it's Midori who's doing this. Not overly sure if it's. I think it might be Midori. Yeah, this is Azura's original one, by the way. But it was originally called, before they went and changed it, Whaler Dragon Girl. Before it changed to, this. But Midori goes, if you follow Azura, don't. I'm not. They're a fucked up human being. I try to be their friend, but every day it was complaint after complaint of them saying, you hate me, you don't message me, we aren't friends, why do you never talk to me, you don't care. They are an attention seeking asshole, and I'm done. They are manipulative, and half the time, when I talk to them, they are just trying to guilt trip me. Then there is the fact they apparently hate people who are gender fluid and went after one of my friends. If you follow them, please block and move on for your own safety. That's a hell of a depiction. So not only is Azura being a gender fluid hating prick, he is also an attention seeking manipulative wankstain. Noted. I'm just reading all of that. It it doesn't really paint Azura in a great light, does it? I mean, then again, this fucking tweet they made doesn't paint them in a good light. So, but for real, like, when you're complaining almost every fucking day about someone not being there, how they hate you. I want to talk again about my own personal mental state because I have sort of felt some of that with what he's been saying. Because, as I mentioned in this video, I did feel like that. I did feel like no one really cared about me. I felt like an unnecessary and unwanted burden. It was fucking hell. I hated it. It was not pleasant. It was the worst I had ever felt. And, like, even to this day, I'm still feeling it. I still feel like people shouldn't care about me. I feel like I'm just unnecessary. And yes, I am seeing someone. I'm seeing a psychologist. I'm also writing in my thought diary. I'm probably going to do like a proper vent video later on, maybe, about my own mental state again. So I look forward to that. But I know what that feels like. It's not pleasant, but I would never say. And I knew that they didn't hate me. I knew that they did care, and they showed they cared all the time. Like even my friend on WhatsApp, when I'm really fucking. I'm just gonna point this out. A couple days ago, I was trying to get to bed. I'm trying to get to sleep. I just felt so fucking alone. And it legitimately made me break down in tears. I'm not fucking joking. I literally started crying. Mentioned this to my friend, and as we're talking, I literally, the next day I should point out, I literally got close to breaking down in tears. Again, they showed they do care. And they've showed to be a good friend. If they're not talking to you, there's probably a reason. Maybe you've done something that's pissed them off. Maybe they're busy. I love how I'm saying these things. I don't follow it myself, so I'm immediately the hypocrite. This was Midori's breaking point. This one. They go. I'm done. If you choose to support Azura, I will block every single one of you. If you follow her, you are blocked. It's not a her, it's a him, I should point out. Just to correct you. I am not dealing with that idiot. They don't know what the hell it means to be a person, and I'm sorry, but they do it deserve a place in this world. I think what he means is they don't deserve a place in this world. And this is where blood is going to boil. You can always see down here in the bottom one, it says it's talking about Connie. Now, uh, Connie was Midori's friend, and sadly, Connie took her own life, which sucks. I should point out though, her Twitter account is still very much active. The reason for that is because some of her friends are keeping it alive in her memory. So they're trying to keep Connie's memory alive by keeping her account going. And I'm 100% for it. And I hope, I personally, I do hope Connie's in a better place. But what Azura, we need to take a look at the screenshots because fucking Christ. I mean, so this is the logic, which is how who the fuck knows what's happened up here? Probably best we don't know. Otherwise, war crimes will happen. Put it that way. But Midori's going how whatever it was Azura saying, she said that she didn't say that. And which actually said is to do what you want, and she is done with him, and not to talk to him. And then he brings Connie and her suicide into this. So Connie was done with you too, but you didn't listen. Two things. One, listened isn't a fucking word. Two, that is so fucking scummy. That is so scummy. That that is such a fucking low blow. And this is when Midori gets pissed off, and Azura goes, I had a fucking friend who died one fucking week after. And how and Midori's just like, don't bring Connie into this, asshole. And Azura just being an utter douche. Saying how Connie was right. I, I can feel my fucking blood boiling. That fucked me off when I first saw it. It's fucking me off now. You looks like she was, though, telling me you don't care about me killing myself. Maybe you were like this with her. Connie was maybe right about killing herself. The world is full of trash. My friend, too. Never. Oh, I missed this one. Which is how. Ah, right. So that links up to this one. Uh, that's the one issue I have with saving screenshots from Twitter. They're not put in fucking chronological order. It's annoying. But this was Like how Connie killed herself for a different reason. Connie was asking for help, you weren't there. If these two were having this very conversation in public, bet you fucking anything Midori would just pick the kid up and just throw him into oncoming traffic. Bet you fucking anything. Because I fucking know I would. Oh, God, that fucks me off to no end. That is just downright disgusting and disrespectful. Which led to me replying to Midori going, Christ, suddenly I get why villains become villains. Because of bollocks like that. What the fuck? I mean, that's just fucking low. Not even the biggest villain would go that far. You don't bring up someone's suicide like that. And Midori gave me a quote tweet saying, exactly, that's what Azura is, a manipulative, uncaring asshole willing to do anything just to get the tiniest bit of sympathy. They don't fucking deserve it. They don't fucking deserve any sympathy. I mean, they bitch about them being suicidal, yet they'll use someone else's suicide and weaponize it. That is just. The thing about this that really hits hard for me is that I have had friends who have contemplated suicide themselves. Okay? One of them literally told me that she was very fucking close to suicide. Very fucking close to it. And that if I hadn't sent her a message when I did, she would have done it. She literally told me I saved her life. Being told I can have quite a bit of power, and then to see some asshole do this. Like, there are no words to describe how fucking angry that makes me. Even Alligator goes, Jesus fuck, how completely and utterly close-minded does someone have to be to use someone else's suicide to try and win an argument? That's low even for Satan himself. They need to be taken off this site and be shunned for what they did. You don't do that to someone. Don't worry, that's what this video is for, mate. And they're right, as well. You do not do that. Not unless you're a cunt. Which, from everything we've just seen, is what Azura is. A cunt. There are other people who have brought this up as well. Foxy Drandon brought it up, saying how normally they don't get into anyone's shit, but this pissed her off with how Azura decided to jump on her friend about shit. And if you got nothing nice to say, keep your fucking fat mouth shut. I could care less the fuck is going on with you, it's not everyone's problem. You wanna cry, bitch, and complain, go find another fucking platform with people who fucking care. I'm blocking her and recommend y'all do as well. She demands attention all the time and is probably a gold digger. Again, not actually a her. Literally says in his bio that he's a dude. Um, a thing about this though that got me a bit confused was Connie. Connie's account. I don't know who it was that used. This might just be my autism actually. I might be misinterpreting what it is, but let's read it. Funny to see that you can't even read. Second, why blocking someone who is confused and angry about the new generation full of shit, feminist, LGBTQ, cancelling everyone they don't like, very much true, vegan, trying to destroy meat eaters, good luck, protestation, going to I'm going with destruction of buildings. Someone please explain to me what the fuck it is, whoever it is that's using Connie's account means. Um, and yeah, I probably misinterpreted. At first I thought it was Connie having an attack at Foxy. Uh, and I could be completely wrong there. Um, I think it might have just been how it was worded and how it seems, and the lack of English. Like, proper English that makes sense. And then Shigeru Kurobashi Seo goes, I'll be honest, don't pull the I've experienced more card on people, you're just egotistical and making war, rape, and trauma a trophy at that point. If anything, you're the biggest scumbag on the earth and should really rethink your life and where you want your life to be. This is a response to the person attacking Lilia, Dusk, and other people. You're 19 and stupid, so grow up smart. That's the funny thing as well. It's like, they're pulling that card when they're only 19. Bro, there are fucking 3-year-olds who have experienced more than you. 3-year-olds. You are in no fucking room to talk about experience. I have friends who were raped. Anyone who tries using those things as weapons and using it to win an argument, you deserve to be tied down to a bed and have your bollocks curb stomped by an anchor from 50 feet in the air. Nah, I'm sorry, that's just fucked up. Period. That's just fucked. Like, you try and garner sympathy, yet you act like this. Fuck you. Just, no, fuck you, mate. You don't get any sympathy. You don't fucking deserve it. I'm not gonna keep this going any longer. I'm gonna bring it to an end here. What I'm gonna do, though, for you guys is link Lilia Dusk's Twitter in the description. I'll link that for you guys. I mean, she's a lewd tuber, so I probably shouldn't be doing that, but fuck it. Because after this shit, she definitely deserves um, a lot of support. So go ahead and give it to her. Um, yeah, I'll see you next time, guys.